Alright, so today we are going to work on the Samson post. So what we're going to try and do here is get it a little more squared up and a little more flush here. So I'll have to sand quite a bit there. Let's take a look. It's hitting on this side. Move down here. We still got more of the pull in too. Alright, so we're gonna pull this thing out and we're gonna shape it up. So we got the Samson post out, and from what I can tell, you're not going to be able to tell because of the shadows. One thing is that this is flat, so we're going to work on this isn't completely smooth, so we're going to sand that, try and make it as flat and smooth as possible. And then we're going to sand on this. So I'm going to hand sand here and work on getting that smooth. Alright, we're going to sand up on this post. We're going to get it nice and flat and smooth. Here we go. Alright, so one thing I was noticing was that it wasn't screwing in very well, the lag bolt. One thing I found was it's crooked, but I think once we pull it in nice and tight with, we're gonna add some wood and some epoxy in there and give the lag bolt something to grab. But it's made the gap a lot better. We still got one, but yeah. Alright, so I'm seeing that this still isn't completely flat, so we're gonna make this as flat as we can, as flush as we can. So continuing on. So we straightened out this bolt. I don't even think it's still straight, you know, completely straight. But we hammered on it. It's much straighter than it was. Yeah, I can still see that's a little bent. Alright, so I've got it sanded as flush as I'd like it. What I'll do now to get that lag bolt to grip is I will stuff it into the hole that's been drilled and I think stripped a little bit. So I'll take this piece right here, put some epoxy on it, glue it in there. While that's drying, I'll shape up the Samson post a little bit more, and then later this afternoon we'll tighten it all together and see if we can get it a little more flush than what we had been. So here we go. I'll mix up some epoxy down here. This is where I keep it. It's called, I call the paint locker. Should guard. It's windy today. So I'm gonna make this a little thick so I can put it in other places as well. Alright, so we taped down that bag so that way it wouldn't sag out. I didn't make it thick enough to completely hold, but we added some epoxy in some other places. We have tons left over. I'll see if I can't stuff some more into these areas. Also, while I got a little bit of battery, let's go ahead and just clean this up real quick. Oh, got to plug in. I have the Samson post at home. I added some epoxy to that. I'll bring home the sandpaper. This looks good. I added some epoxy to that bare wood. Epoxy everywhere. So we'll sand that up, paint it before we put it on. Epoxy here. Epoxy that. So got so much going on. I have 2 trips today. 2 tomorrow. Yeah. Alright, so things are getting tight. I got no time in a day, so I brought this home. The winds have calmed down, so I ran the line in a way that it can be tied off to both Samson post, or 2 lines to 1 Samson post. So I brought this home, epoxied it, and it's looking good. I think there's 1 or 2 spots that need a little bit more, and then the top where I had it laying down. So I'm gonna sand this off, and then hopefully tomorrow morning after I epoxy this, we'll paint it. So here we go. Alright, I got the phone set up so that way you can see. We're just gonna epoxy the top. Well, to wrap up this video, I finished this. I don't know where the footage went, but check this out. We've got the epoxy everywhere. I painted this, but then I sanded it because I epoxied it in, so it's nice and smooth. Shims are in there. She ain't ever moving. Bring it on, boats. There you are right there, ready to wake me out. It was you, guy. Hey, by the way, it's a beautiful night. Almost done here.